What's up, everybody? My name's Adam Paul. Adrian Roberson's with me. We've got one of the great Baysox of all time, Quincy Latimore, on our AA quarantine podcast. Quincy, it's funny. Adrian's been calling this the Q, and of course now we've got our Q with us.
Q in the Q. Totally cheesy, as my kids have said, but that's what I think.
You got to tell us how you've been through all this time. I know you're from North Carolina, and you're riding everything out down there, hey?
Yeah, man, I'm doing all right. Like I said, not too much to do with everything being closed. Going to outdoor cages and getting my flips and tee work and stuff. And I've been doing a bunch of fishing. Social distancing at its best, just me and the pond. That's been about it, man.
I love it. I love it. And I know, of course, your career has taken you to the Atlantic League. Last year you played in that new team with High Point. And then also, you've been playing in Mexico. What has it been like playing in Mexico? What are the crowds like down there?
Oh, man, it is. I'm telling you, you have to experience down there one time, dude. The way they love their baseball, the passion. They're with you through good and bad. They let you know when you're doing bad. They let you know when you're doing good. Small crowds are like 5,000, 6,000. Like, that's a small crowd. Big crowds are, depending on where you are, 10 to 13, like Tijuana and Cancun, down in Yucatan, Merida, like those places, they pack it out, man. It's for guys that's only played in the minor leagues, it's a good experience because it's loud, it's exciting, and it's a bunch of fun. You want to play your best every single day. You really do.
And Adrian, I got to tell you a quick story. I was with family in the Dominican for Christmas one year, a few years ago, and I was at the bar. What a shock. Caught redhead right there, huh? And there was Quincy's face. He was the star player of his team. They were promoting. They were like, look, Quincy. And they were promoting a TV game that was going to air in 2 nights. And I was like, oh, my God. So biggest kick out of that. I can't even tell you.
I remember
the stadiums down there, they have a lot of live music. Like, tell us about some of the promotions.
They will have, they have on-field dancing girls from, they have, 2-3 dancing teams. It's live. People like fans, they have their own like band section where they're playing like, in between innings and during the game. Pretty much, there's music playing all times until he's getting ready to deliver the pitch. As soon as the pitch is made, you swing or take or whatever, music comes right back on. They're playing the music. He gets ready to start, they turn it off. It's just a good, exciting atmosphere. It really is.
It's really great. So what have you been doing at home with your family? Is your brother back in town or?
Yeah, we're all about tired of each other now. At first it was just a bunch of doing stuff around the house and just stuff that we normally wouldn't even think about doing. We were doing just because we were so bored. But now we're definitely ready for things to get back to normal. My mom was keeping us busy with, do this in the garage or do this in the house or get this in the attic. And we've been doing a bunch of, I guess, spring cleaning, but it's been extended since we've had nothing to do but just clean. So we haven't done too much, but just try to stay out of each other's way. My brother and I, we play a bunch of tournaments on MLB The Show. That's about all the baseball we can get right now. So
right,
we're doing a bunch of that, creating fantasy teams and playing against each other and stuff. But that's been about it. Yep.
And what about Netflix? Do you have a favorite show that you've been watching?
I've watched almost everything there is to watch, I feel like, right now. I just started Little Fires Everywhere a couple nights ago.
I absolutely love that.
What is that about?
Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington. It seems to be, I'm 2 episodes in and I really like it. So, I finished just about a little bit of everything. My normal shows are The Walking Dead. I watch that every Sunday. The Resident, The Good Doctor, they all just ended up a week or 2 ago, I think. And How to Get Away with Murder is about to finish up. So I've been watching that. Those have been about my main few.
Very cool.
Quincy, you were just such a fan favorite in Bowie, and I have a personal story of why, because of how you treated all of our great fans. We were up in New Britain. Of course, they don't even exist anymore. That's now Hartford. But in New Britain, and I have a cousin, and her two kids came down for that game. We went out to lunch that day, and Quincy and a few teammates went to lunch, and Quincy saw that I had, some people there, came over, said hi to everybody, and one of these little kids said, "Hey, can you hit me a home run tonight?"
Your luck.
And of course,
I wish I could do that every time.
Quincy hit a home run in that game. And oh my God, that little kid still talks about it. He was jumping up and down, little Ethan. So, with that being said, I mean, the 2015 season was such an interesting one for you. It's such an important one. Obviously, it's the greatest season in Baysox history, the lone championship season. But you had 4 home runs halfway through the year. You were hitting 230, and then you made a little adjustment and absolutely took off and hit more than 15 home runs in the second half of the year.
Yeah, I had played in the league already a bunch, and I normally hit, for power, a lot of doubles and stuff, and I just couldn't seem to get anything going. And at that time, I was working a little bit with Keith on some things, and it just wasn't quite what I wanted to be doing. And hitting is hard already, and if you don't believe in what you're doing, it's just gonna make it, even tougher. So, I just got to a point. I went in the office one night and I said, "Look, Keith, like, I know you want to help me. I want to help myself, but, this is just not doing it, man. And, I'm just asking, we come here early tomorrow and, I tell you kind of what I'm feeling for and you tell me what you think, and we kind of put something together and we just work it day in and day out, and hopefully we'll get something that's going." And that's what we did. And I got in a good groove and it just stayed, man. I felt like nobody could get me out and threw it over the plate. I was going to hit it hard. And, I tell a lot of people, that time frame of from the middle of 2015 all the way to winter ball, coming back to spring training. That's probably the best I've ever played in my life. I went to winter ball that year after hitting 20 regular season home runs and 3 in the playoffs. I went to winter ball and hit another 10. So during that period, I had 33 home runs in that time frame, and it was a lot of fun to be playing baseball at that time because, if it was over the plate, I felt like I was going to hit it hard. Even when I was getting out, I felt like it was rockets somewhere, and it was a great feeling, man. I love talking about 2015 because, like I said, it was just a good all-around year. Win a championship, most home runs I've ever had, go to winter ball, and we end up losing in the semifinals in Game 7. There, 17-inning thriller, a 6-hour game. But that was a real important year as far as establishing the player that I was, and actually understanding it and being able to go out and really be consistent day in and day out.
Now, in that 2015 season, you hit 2 walk-off grand slams, which is, something I don't know if I've ever seen another one since. And then you also, of course, you got to tell us about the atmosphere and the excitement of playing in a winner-take-all Game 5 that ended up winning the Baysox their only championship.
Man, it was I actually just looked at that video that they put together a week or 2 ago. Alan Mills had sent me a link, and I was like, "What is he sending me?" And I looked up. I was like, "Oh!" And I don't even remember what I was doing, but I sat there and watched the entire video. Words can't describe it, man. I hadn't played for a championship in my minor league career, so to get there and be playing against that team that really had beat us, all year. Even starting with Altoona, they had even beat us all year. And that Red and Phillies team was stacked with talent. 4 or 5 of those guys, maybe even 6 or 7 of those guys are mainstays in the big leagues right now. And we knew we had more experience. We were definitely one of the older teams in the league that year. So we knew we could play with them, and it ended up, I really feel like that's why we won. They had a couple guys kind of get hot-headed, and I remember at one of the games, they actually had some guys like yelling at each other during the game, and we just believe in each other, and we went out there and took care of business, man. Nick Addington, David Hess threw a great game. Chris Lee threw a great game. I mean, everything was good, man. Gary Bass Rosa hitting clutch home runs. I mean, we had so many people to do their job. Alan Triggs. I mean, was it Alan Triggs?
Yes, Andrew.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember how many saves he had, but I mean, when he came in the game, hey, we're gonna win. You know, I always felt that way when he came in the game. And I mean, it was a great time, man. Getting that last out and running in, I mean, watching that video, it was reliving it all over again. It's something I'll never forget. I wear my ring to fancy occasions and stuff, and people say, "Oh, what is that?" And say, "Oh, it's a championship." And I mean, it's still an eye catcher, man. It's a beautiful ring. And, like I said, I was lucky enough to win another championship down in Australia this winter. So I'm getting another ring, so I'm happy about that. Got to win one more championship, so that's good. But nothing like that very first one, though. Nothing can ever take that one or replace that one.
Are the teams cohesive like in Australia and Mexico? Do you feel that kind of bonding? Do you get close with some of your teammates? Do you have roommates?
Yeah, in Australia, it's two different houses. They'll have like the older imports and then the younger imports live together. So I had three guys I lived with, actually two pitchers, and one was from North Carolina. Ashley's from Winston-Salem, and the other guy was from Georgia. So I had played against him during the summer in the Atlantic League. So having a familiar face there was cool. And I actually got to play with the local kid who lives like 10, 12 miles away from me. He got drafted 7 years after I did, and I was like, darn, it would be cool if we get a chance to play together. And never thinking it would happen. Just so happened he got a chance, and he came out to Australia, and we played. I actually gave him lessons when he was in like the 7th, 8th grade. I gave him like hitting lessons and stuff. So it was actually really cool to play on the same team with him and win a championship at that. So it's been, it's not the same because, it's a shorter season, but you definitely build relationships with the guys when you're seeing them almost every day. Right. It's a bit different down there because you only play 4 days a week in Australia, but in Mexico, you play every day but Monday. Every Monday is an off day, normally for traveling and stuff, but it's every day. It's 6 games a week, but it's not quite like every single day like in the minor leagues, but you have your friends and the guys who you like, and you have the guys you dislike, but you put it together and you play. Everybody, you're not going to always agree with someone, but it's just like a family. You're not going to always agree with them, but you love them and you move on anyways. Same way with the team. So it's the same atmosphere. That clubhouse. It's like I said, I'm itching to get back in the clubhouse right now, man, and joke around, play some music, play some cards, and just be around the guys. I'll be really grateful if we get to play at least half a season this year.
Quincy, as an absolute fan favorite, a lot of people requested for us to interview you, and we were so excited to get you on here. So you are going to be our first guinea pig, Q in the Q, and it's going to be rapid fire. So Adam is going to tell us when the 1 minute is up, and I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. Just give your first answer so we can get to know a little bit more about you. So Adam, Are you almost ready to set the timer?
I'm ready.
All right, rapid fire for Q in the Q. What is your favorite color?
Blue.
What is your biggest addiction?
Watching.
Take a pass on that one. What is the worst job that you could have?
Being, I don't know, pass.
Clubby, being a clubby.
What is your favorite TV channel?
ESPN.
Okay, what do you think is you're most afraid of?
Heights.
If you had a yacht, what would you call it?
The Q.
Of course. What is your favorite cereal?
Regular Honey Nut Cheerios.
What TV sitcom family would you be a member of?
I don't know.
I gave you
Family Matters. I don't know.
All right, that's the 1 minute is up.
I love it. I wish you could do a redo, but
some easier questions.
Yeah.
Well, Quincy, thank you so much for being with us here today. It's really, when you think back to your career, it's unbelievable that you've been able to see the world through baseball. I mean, I'm sure that, you know, when you got drafted by the Pirates out of high school, you would have never believed all the places that this game has taken you.
Absolutely, man. You know, I was actually having this conversation a few weeks ago with the guy. You know, he was saying, did I have any regrets with my career or anything? And I told him absolutely not. Of course, I would have loved to play in the big leagues. But at the same time, man, I've played a long time. I love what I do. I've met a lot of great people all over the world. And, you know, it's all because of baseball. I mean, I'd have never gone to Australia and probably never went to Mexico, to be honest with you. I mean, even though it's not like it's too far away. But, you know, I've been to Colombia to play. That's the first time I've ever played winter ball down in Colombia. And, you know, just to see different parts of the world and how they play the game and, you know, how much it means to them has really meant a lot to me. And, you know, it's a lot of things we take for granted being able to play baseball here in America that, you know, these kids in these other countries don't, you know, they don't have, I mean, the luxury of just, you know, having their own bats and gloves. And, I mean, a lot of them share gloves when they play, you know, switch. I mean, so it's just it's been a great journey. I'm still enjoying it, and you know, as long as I can play and be a productive player, I think I'll still do it for a few more years. You know, I definitely plan to. I got lucky enough to hit my 200th home run last season, so that was pretty cool. And you know, it's something I was real proud of. And I was lucky enough to get the ball, and I had my very first professional home run. Then I have that 200th home run. So those are some home runs that I'll have in a case somewhere whenever I make this room in my place one day. I've been doing it forever, but I need to go ahead and do it. But yeah, it's been a fun career, man. And like I said, I look forward to seeing what the future holds in these next few years.
Well, thank you so much, Quincy. It's been great catching up with you, and many more home runs to come.
I appreciate it. Before I let you go, you're still my dad's favorite radio play-by-play. Like, he loves the way you call the home run. So I just want to tell you that.
I don't know. Hearing those guys in Mexico, I got work to do, man.
Well, I don't know what they're saying. So all I know is Quincy Latimore.
Thank you so much, Quincy.
You guys take care. Good to see y'all.
Bye.